Welcome back to another exciting and thrilling, and just plain moving experience of JT's Customs. Look at what we found. 1977 Yamaha 125 YZ. Now there's a lot about this bike that is just a huge head start for me. The tank, having the tank, that's a big deal. Having this beautiful exhaust pipe. This will clean up so nice. It'll look so great. The motor will. It's got the carburetor. Everything that is, I want to say hard, I'm finding out in this YZ80 I'm doing, just hard to find. All the rubber, little rubber snubbers. It's got the coil, which who knows if that works, right? And it's got a seat frame. I'm gonna try and find a foam, or I'll just get another seat. There's a seat foam guy, and I just can't seem to use his stuff because he doesn't do original seat foams. He does a higher one, and then he, that makes you use his cover, which I wouldn't mind, but I'm a purist, and you need it to be original. This, I'm not sure if it's original. I'm going to find that out, but if it is, this is like gold. The shock is in there. Everything's on this bike. There's this extra fender. I don't know if that's even, if that's the stock fender or what. But this bike will probably get new plastics. I mean, it will. And it's just going to be a great restoration. It's going to look so cool when it's done. So let's just get right into it. This also came with it. And it is an old write-up of the Yamaha YZ125D. So here's the bike. There it is. All original. Of course, I'm going to be doing a wheelie, and I'm going to be riding it like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get it all restored, spend 1,000 hours on it, and then I'm going to tear up the desert. Anyhow, it goes through here. I'm going to read this whole thing and see what they say. And from what I understand, this is one of the better YZs, or it's just a great YZ 125 year to have, a 77. And, it's going to give me a lot of particulars here. And I think that's just the end of the article right here. All of this stuff. So this is just a cool little extra that someone's going to love. This whenever I sell this bike, I'll include it. Someone's going to love this write-up. So let's get to it. And the air box is off. I pulled the carburetor, and the inside looks rather clean, and inside there is rather clean. The exterior of the carburetor is somewhat corroded. Now, I washed this in the parts washer, so let's look at what the inside of this is going to look like. And no such luck. I don't know. Throw a little gas in there. It'd probably run, don't you think? We like it when you just give, things a try around here. Alright, so this got to get cleaned. It didn't take much to get it kind of clean, so I really like the plating inside. Doesn't look like anybody's really been in there too much. I doubt it's, virgin by any means. The screw heads were a little narf, so, someone's been in it, but usually this stuff is corroded the zinc plating is usually corroded right through to the aluminum, so I'm happy with that. Alright, so I got about as clean as I'm going to get it without soaking it. And I got everything out and cleaned. So I'm going to put it back together, and I am going to see if she'll fire. So I got the carburetor back in, and I also have the gas tank on, and this is the original pitcock, or at least the one that came with it, and it was leaking. It was leaking up here along that O-ring. Still got some, if you can see it on my finger there. And I've got a new O-ring coming, and I've got a new O-ring for in here. But it has stopped quite a bit. It was dripping. Now it's kind of sealing. I guess that's because the rubber washer was swelling up a little bit with the gas. So who knows, it might just completely seal. But I'm going to have to pull it apart to do the tank when I redo the tank. And what I did do is, this didn't have a chain on it when I bought it, and a couple of things. This slider has worn down so far that it's kind of notched the metal, but it's got a spring to it which is going to tighten and keep tension on the spring. And I don't know what it is, but I'm just not, I can't seem to get my head wrapped around how to press out the pin and get the chain the proper length, because they come 120 link. So at this point I pressed out this pin here and it was too short. So I pressed it back in. It's going to be good enough for a ride if this thing starts, and still it's got to start. And then I'm got another sprocket coming that is it's a, let's see, this one is a 51, and I think the stock is 49 with a 12 tooth front. So I'll probably be able to press that one out again, and that might be just the right size. And as you can see, this is like kind of in the middle of the adjustment, which I like it in the middle or so, not all the way to the end, but the middle, because it just gives it a longer track. It probably doesn't make much difference. So we are gonna give this thing a try, but I'm not gonna do that until you guys smash that like button. And I mean smash it hard, because we like it when you do that, don't we? We really do. So smash that like button, and let's see if this will start. Alright, let's turn this on. Let it fill up. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. Well, what I did was I pulled this side cover off, and that was not easy. Had to pull quite a few things, but anyhow, I found that the clutch discs, they were rusted together. I want to say rusted. They were just kind of stuck together, and that didn't allow the clutch to disengage. So every time I put it in gear, it just wanted to die. And I also put a chain on it because I really like to see how they run prior to my restorations. So let's see what it will do. But I'm not going to do that until you smash that like button. Smash it hard. So here we go. So it ran in all, I believe it's 6 gears, and it shifts like butter. So I really am happy with that. So the results from the ride are, it has plenty of power and it idles nice. It's also shifting super smooth, and it's a 6-speed. So that's a lot of fun. So we're going to take it from here, we're going to strip it down. Now, one thing I did find is that both brakes work, front and rear. So we'll see how the shoes are, where they are in their wear. It's a little on the loud side. I think this is just simply a spark arrestor. I don't think that it's a baffle of any kind. So I might play with that. I might change that a little. And of course, we're going to have air cleaner, air box, all that stuff. But the first thing to do is to strip it down. The other thing is that's got to be replaced. I've got a new sprocket coming, which is going to be smaller. This one is 51 tooth. It's supposed to be 49. And from here, I don't show any leaks in the forks, but I'm going to rebuild the forks completely. I'm going to do the steering stem, possibly just rebuild it, because it doesn't feel wonky. It doesn't have that little deal in the middle where it kind of wants to stabilize in the middle. It's kind of like a steering stabilizer when they get wore out. The brakes and clutch are smooth, so I probably don't even need to go with any sort of new cabling. The rear shock I'm going to have to play with, and like I said before, I've got a little seepage there. So I think this is really a good time to end this segment, because I'm going to rip through this pretty quickly now that I know I don't need to do anything internally on the motor. I'm real happy with that. It just sounds good. It runs good. You give it about 2 kicks on choke and it fires right off. So let's just end this one here. And I really appreciate you guys, and if you can help me by subscribing, sending out the message, that'd be great. I want to see a lot more people at Hot August Nights, and this is going to be one of the bikes that I'm going to have in Hot August Nights next year, right next to the YZ80, which is really going to be cool to see 2 yellow bikes in the back of the Suburban. So until the next episode, have a great one, and we'll see you then.